Protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Anything on this belt is going to be good. Anything on this belt is going to be good. Good luck.
One of the proud items in Goose and Tudor Promotions Table of Stars, and they think maybe he can become the main man in the featherweight division.
Right now they're testing each other.
Good right hand across the top for Salido. Guerrero is a guy who's equally comfortable fighting inside or outside. And the good southpaw uppercut by Guerrero makes some space for him to dive in and try to keep going against Salido. Salido comes back, giving as good as he's getting.
Particularly his left uppercut to the body. Feet ahead for small guys.
That left uppercut to the body is his turned over.
And it takes his toll eventually.
Makes it imperative for him to go hard 7, 8, 9 rounds in a row to wear the opponent down. The Olympic team at age 16. In fact, he was born on the date. He'll be the youngest fighter ever at the trials unless... And that good uppercut to the body inside.
The whole fight has been pretty much his left uppercut.
Used the uppercut almost exclusively as a blow to the head. That's what Robert Byrd has been looking for since the opening bell. And
maybe I'm off, but I think they're starting to be effective with it.
No, I'm with you. I think he's giving ground more freely than he did in the first round, and I think the uppercuts to the body and that maybe that one good left hand shot upstairs.
Yeah, because he don't know now whether the left hand is coming from underneath or coming to the head.
Chili's for the winner, he helped with that.
Stop, guys, stop.
That's probably inside work. He says that when
he's a head trainer now. He brought his father back, but his father's operating, but he is back.
John Bray is very big on constructing a fight plan and sticking with it. He says that's been the big improvement in Guerrero over the course of the past 2 years, is his ability to hear, listen, and follow a plan.
Of Salido, and that's mainly what he's trying to do more than anything else.
I believe that they believe that you can impose your will on Salido, that he'll back off and be content to lose comfortably. But so far, Salido is staying in.
Giving as good as he's getting as we come down the stretch of what has been a physical round 2. Guerrero fighting with a little smile on his face as if he likes the physicality of the fight. Salido has come on strong in the last minute of this round. So a good beginning to the fight. Both guys making their statements early. Salido finding some holes in Guerrero's defense and far more comfortable now than seemed to be the case in round 1.
Feet or hands for small guys. They're both just banging in there. And
Guerrero got his nickname, the Ghost.
Landing clean punches, keeping a distance.
And has gotten off to a fast-paced start. So fatigue. But Guerrero seems willing to take his chances on getting hit. It's leaning all over him like this, Manuel.
Especially when you're having to back. If you're both in trade punches and the guy who's back loses is weakened as the fight goes on, as compared to the guy who's pushing forward.
Using his shoulders, his chest, his head, his legs, his hips, all to carry Salido around the ring.
And Salido appears to have faster hands.
Agreed.
Even though he's been out muscle, but he's landing the cleaner shots.
And now Salido, who also seems intent on trying to steal rounds, quite explicit from the beginning. Harold, how do you have this fight through 3?
28, 2 rounds to 1. Salido did a nice job on the inside, landing right-hand counter shots. Salido would land the cleaner shots, just like he did right over there.
Minute, I should say, of the round. So suddenly they stand at distance for the first time in a while.
Right hand by
Salido sneaks in a right-hand lead across the top.
Shots here and there, just enough to get the points.
With a good right hook.
And Guerrero seems to be just a little bit slower than what I would like to see if I was.
Tough veteran Orlando Salido. Early in round 4. Good body shots by Salido, and now it's Guerrero who's backing away.
Our fight now, that once the fighter's got it.
Probably as the result of the... Guerrero has boxed the entire round after having mostly brawled for the first 3.
You see Salido land a great right hand right here, right on the chin. He was looking down, and I think.
So Salido building an early working margin on go into the 5th of the scheduled 12, and for a war of attrition and expecting to wear Salido down.
He's fighting now in Ghost.
Right, but it seemed to be a little slower, particularly on his feet. It should be, I think. Small guy should be in and out a lot better.
How smooth division kingpin Juan Marquez is.
Tough as he is, he's not that good with his feet, though.
And Salido, who comes forward early on, Guerrero was absolutely determined to go forward. Left uppercut, so much a factor in the first couple of rounds, or his left cross across the top. The ability to throw from more angles.
Like stumbling around boxing, and I don't know how it's going to work in the late rounds. The more crisper punches.
It's a good right hook across the top by Guerrero. Robert Guerrero in the red trunks from Gilroy, California, against Orlando Salido in the black trunks from Ciudad Obregón.
And Salido's landed good straight right hands already to start this round off.
Someone with a lot of time.
If you know.
Now straight left hand across the top for Guerrero. Well, there may be 4 or 5 writers in the sport I would nominate as. Now Guerrero's going back to the bulling forward style a little bit, Emmanuel, beginning to step up the rhetoric, saying, "You'd better land."
That was a good left to the head.
Well, there was one earlier this round, so he's had a couple, but Guerrero. Salido still landing punches from various different angles with sharp shots.
And, you know, if a judge goes for the guy who's busy for the most part, a lot of people, Guerrero would be winning these rounds.
Building at 162. He'll have a 13-pound working advantage when he...
You got to look who's landing the cleaner, harder shots. This is the kind of fight that you really, really got to concentrate on. And to tell you the truth, it's Orlando Salido. 59-55, 5 rounds to 1 Salido. He sets down on his shots, he lands strong right hands, and Guerrero's just flailing away. 5-1 Salido.
I have it 4-2.
Rounds 4, 5, and 6. And Guerrero has seemed frustrated and confused about whether he should be boring forward and fighting inside or whether he should be staying back and trying to box behind his jab. Now he's definitely in the brawl mode again. Body shots from Salido. Heads away from each other. Left hand inside by Guerrero. Neither fighter has landed a really big shot. Round 3 when Salido landed that sweeping, pretty much been his fight. Good body shots by Salido. Guerrero seems to be leaning forward more than throwing at this point. Physicality on him. Salido's throwing punches and landing.
So Salido's definitely landing the clean blows.
Robert Guerrero looking to find that one big shot inside that might change the fight for him. That's all. 5, 6, and 7.
Which means that Guerrero is moving. Yeah,
aggression.
Ineffective aggression.
Heavyweights from Southern California, Cristobal Arreola. Spirited fight won by Arreola on a 6th-round TKO. Hard right hand by Salido. Guerrero momentarily in trouble. Now he tries to come back with a left over the top. In terms of clean punches landed, though, it's another effective round for Orlando Salido.
In close quarters, the shorter arm, that's Salido.
And he's hammering Guerrero across the top with right hands. 3 or 4 really good ones in this round.
It seemed to be terrible tonight. I don't know.
Good working margin in the 8th round. Power shots counted by CompuBox. Salido landed 31 out of 92.
In that interview, as a super middleweight, although in the old days before the super middleweight division.
And of course the fight takes place in the welterweight division. In case you are only a casual fan of boxing, that means welterweight junior middleweight, and I'm sure that it will do nothing to dampen his confidence going in.
But you know what? Speed can neutralize much faster. Otherwise, you could just win the fights by coming in who weighs the most. But speed can neutralize all of that.
Necessarily determine what's going to happen.
If you have two guys like us as gifted speed and precision punching.
Yeah, we've seen a few fighters that came in very heavy and it made them sluggish look.
Here we're in the 9th of a scheduled 12 and nothing much seems to have changed. Guerrero back into his brawling mode, pulling forward, trying to land body shots.
Just pushing forward, and it seems to be maybe having some effect on his movement on his feet also.
Well, over the years with Mayweather's corner, he's no stranger to being a voice in the corner. Harold Letterman, how do you have this fight going to the 10th?
Normally, he keeps the other guy on the other end of his shots, gives himself some punching room, and takes advantage of the height. Robert Guerrero hasn't done that once the entire fight. I mean, it just keeps moving in, and Salido keeps hammering him. 8 rounds to 1.
More and more, it looks as though we're going to be hearing that this was an off night for Robert Guerrero.
In his career, I don't think Salido's looking at exception. I think
he wins it. He comes out of it with a title belt, and he'll tell himself he's the best featherweight in the world. Guerrero got in a sneak left hand over the top, going backward at the time. Hammers Guerrero to the body with a 3-punch combination. Good right hand.
Just jumping in, falling in.
And as you say, he appears to have very little balance tonight, Emmanuel.
Yes.
No hand speed. Appears to be losing confidence as well.
It's almost like Eric Morales in the latter part of his last fight with Manigan Pacquiao.
This will be a setback for Houston Tudor Promotions.
Losing his balance, not expecting anything back. Just moving forward, just pushing forward, instead of stepping and keeping his balance.
Picture of himself and an overhead screen. Bad night for Guerrero, bad night for Gilroy, California. Straighten him up and then find a way to land a power punch.
But so far, he's won the early part of this round here. Punches are moving in and out. He's winning the round.
Only once in his career. That's typical of most. It's a 12-round fight. Much of Salido's offense tonight has been predicated on the awkward and occasionally off-balance style of Guerrero.
But so far, this part of the round, I would give Guerrero, I think he's winning this part of
his best round probably since the first or second round.
Going in and out and try to punch sharp and simple.
Pick him up.
And use his footwork.
Well, I think it will be important to his psyche by trying to come back in these last 2 rounds.
With him neither.
And if there were big questions about this round, flush right hands in the last 10 seconds. Good uppercut by Guerrero. Great right hand. Lands flush again for Salido, which Salido has been outlanded by Guerrero since round number 1. This is the last round of preliminary boxing before we get ready for the main event.
Don't lean on him.
Both Emmanuel Stewart and I thought that Guerrero fought his best round since the first round, and round 11 wasn't good enough to convince Harold Letterman to give him a round, who gave Salido his 10th consecutive round on the Letterman scorecard.
I've given Guerrero 3 rounds.
Pretty abundantly clear that neither man has the power to knock the other guy out with the bell. Who like sustained trading action with foot movement and skill in the middle of the ring may not be huge fans of the way Guerrero fights anyway.
For almost 12 rounds.
Seems to have been able to fight Guerrero both ways. Has been able to fight him from distance against Leonard Valdez and Roger Satagua and Cronor Trinidad in Ciudad Obregón. Now you know about Orlando Salido.
And new IBF featherweight champion of the world, Orlando City Salido.
So Orlando Salido